Welcome back to the We Was Watching podcast. I'm your host, Brandon,
I'm your other host, Chanel.
and we are back to talk about episode 4 of season 1 of Pluribus. But before we get into that, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a review. If it's 5 stars, we'll read it on the show. So, no, we got a new review. Do you have it?
One second. I'm trying to get myself out of the sunken place because literally you cannot see me.
Okay.
I do.
I'll go
I
through the
do. I
rest.
do have it. No,
Okay.
I got it. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Whenever you give us a review, that matters a lot because we are trying to bump up in our stream, bump up in the rankings. So make sure that you continue to do that. And also, Brandon's going to play the sound.
You heard that bump like a motherfucker, man.
Okay, it's starting to work on me. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so thank you so much for your last review. 5 stars from Cheerio. Cheerio. Makes TV more fun to watch. In these bleak times, I can't listen to the news all day. Very, very real. It's too distracting. So I've been loving TV podcasts, and this one is so clear and interesting and well produced. Plus, likable and smart hosts. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Cheerio.
Did
We
she say
love
well
you. Thank you
produced?
for.
Okay.
Yep. Wait, I think we missed one. I think there's
Yeah, you
two.
did. You missed another one. Yes.
Ooh. So excited. We got two on the same day. Excellent. From Tim. Hold on, let me zoom this in. From Tim Crispy, great name, wouldn't change it. 5 stars. Fun, hip, cool, and brilliant. A light shining in these crazy times. Thank you guys so much. We try to be something like that. So that's amazing. Whenever you do a 5 star review, it bumps us up in the rankings. It makes people take notice of us, and we end up being. It's funny because like when Apple Podcast shows us, and then what we might also like, the Pluribus podcast, like the official one, is there, and I feel like as long as we're being mentioned in the algorithm next to it, we have a chance. So thank you so much, guys.
So yeah, keep leaving us those reviews, and we love them. We know we got a lot of new listeners for Pluribus. So if you're enjoying this coverage, give us a 5 star review. Tell us about it. You can also, though, if you want to see us, you can watch us on YouTube at youtube.com/at We Was Watching, or just search for the We Was Watching podcast, where we stream live, which we are doing right now. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and hit the notification bell so you can see us go live. You can also email the show with any theories you have about this show at wewaswatchingpodcast@gmail.com, and follow us anywhere on all the social medias at We Was Watching. We usually do a pre-segment, but we got a busy day today. We got to get this review in quick, so we're going to skip past that. Although I was ready to go, Chanel. I had a Gen Z rant that I wanted to go on that really made me mad. I'll save it for our next episode. I'll just give you a quick 5-second preview. I saw a bunch of Gen Zers saying, I don't know why they're doing a special on Netflix about Eddie Murphy. Who cares about the guy that does family movies? It made me so angry. It made me so angry. It's about him as a comedian.
Duh, it's about him as a person. I'm sure they mentioned Charlie in there, RIP. Like, there's a lot to be said about Eddie Murphy and his very long career. Eddie Murphy's Raw is one of the first stand-up specials that like got people together to watch together in college, and was like, y'all, let's watch this, and what do you think? Is it funny enough to not be offensive? So anyway,
it made me so mad. But you know what? I'll get into the rant next episode, but I'll just give you a preview. Mm-hmm. I blame the parents. It's the parents' fault. It's not their fault.
It is definitely the parents. Like, they're not teaching a curriculum.
Yeah, it's the parents' fault. But
they're not reading at home.
We'll save that for the next episode because we gotta get this review done in quicker time today. So let's jump right into the recap.
Once upon a time in the projects, yo.
So this episode was called Please Carol, which we found out at the end of the episode what that means. But we start
people weeping.
Yeah, I mean, she's a Carol. So we start this episode in Paraguay, and this is the homie that we found out about last time, and that didn't want to talk to Carol, didn't want to talk to nobody, and he listening to like one of them what do you call those radios? Not police radios.
Ham radio
No, it's like when
scanner.
it's like a scanner. Yeah, he's like, I guess he's trying to find other people
He's
like
trying to
him,
find other people. Yeah.
and he's got his crib all boarded up, all the windows boarded up, just like everything's covered. He's taking notes. He has like a timer that beeps every 30 seconds, I think, or every minute and 30 seconds, something like that. And he writes them
Yeah.
down every time.
Well, I think he's testing all the frequencies and he's keeping them. He's waiting for a certain amount of time before he moves on to the next one.
That would make sense. And I said, he then goes digging in the trash to look
Because he
for a
sees a fruit
foil
fly.
top. Yeah,
Well,
a
yeah, because
foil.
he sees a fruit fly, so he's like, "Oh, there has to be food," and that's how I knew he's having a very different experience than Carol. Because at least Carol had sprouts delivered to, you know what I mean?
No, no,
Carol
no,
got
no,
a
no,
whole
no,
DoorDash sprouts.
no, no. This motherfucker is worse than Carol. It's not that he's had.
That's what I'm saying.
He can have whatever experience he wants. He's choosing to have this experience.
I
This
know
is his
that's why
choice.
it's very different. I'm
Yeah.
saying at least Carol want to say, "Don't help me, don't talk about my girl, don't nothing." But Carol still didn't. She say, "Can y'all DoorDash me a whole grocery store?" They
That's
said,
right.
"Sure." He's sitting here trying to lick the top of a metal tuna can.
Yeah.
Foolish.
He'd rather be hungry and independent than not hungry.
But one way to think about it though is like it's you're immune to it to some extent already, so there's no point in like fighting it. Like I don't think they're gonna get it into your bloodstream, so you might as well just go ahead. If you didn't already have it when everyone else in the world got it, you might as well eat that food.
That's what I said.
Or ask them for raw ingredients. You know what I mean? Okay, like just bring me carrots and apples, and I'll juice them myself or whatever. But yeah, he's being. You know what? He's being machismo.
He looks outside. It's a woman at the gate picking up some food that's on the ground and dropping off another meal. And I know his hungry ass wanted that food
Tim
bad.
is
So he takes his ass outside. He grabs a tire iron and he puts it through the gate to look under the top of, like, you remember back, like, I don't know what those things are called, but if you watch any old show when they're trying to impress someone, they put the food on the plate and they have the top over and they go,
The serving tray.
yeah, I don't know what the top's called. I just say the top.
Yeah, like the thing that the thing that keeps the metal thing that keeps food warm in a hotel.
This motherfucker made him some fly ass seafood. And this dude, did you see they zoomed in his face? His mouth was watering.
He's hungry.
His mouth was watering up. He's licking his lips. And then his ass knocks that shit over and walks back. I was like, yo, what are you doing? Do you hate yourself? What are you doing? On his way back, he gets an idea. And then he stops. And he thinks, I can't eat this food, but what I can do is go through people's shit. And so he starts opening up. Apparently, he's staying at a storage facility because he starts going through all these different storage facilities.
Or he managed it before, yeah.
Or he managed it, yeah. And he's looking for shit. And he gets back to his crib, and he found a juice pouch, some sugar packets, coffee creamer, and
some
canned dog food.
Candy, and ain't shit in there.
And
but
canned dog food.
Live food, like there shouldn't be food. Maybe some canned stuff, maybe if you have a doomsday prepper, but nobody should have all that shit in their storage unit. So he was already shitting out a lot.
He could have got a doomsday prepper, had some Chef Boyardee, some pork and beans.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have to go through all of it. And then I was thinking, so he writes a note in Spanish telling them, like, due to unforeseen circumstances, management had to open up your locker. You will be, retribution will happen. You'll be paid back. And I'm just laughing, thinking about, like, if they do fix the world back and people are, like, mad at him. They're like, why would you do this? Like, this is one of the most I can understand why you broke the law examples ever.
Unless they don't remember anything whenever they fix this shit.
But just
only the people who remember these 13. That'd be crazy.
But what an asshole you'd have to be to have that happen, and you do remember it, and you're like, why would you go on my storage unit? I don't understand. It's like the world ended.
Before he can eat this dog food, which I was like, okay, he's not gonna eat this shit. His phone rings, but he ignores it. And then he starts eating the goddamn dog food. And I'm like, bruh, they brought you food. You do not have to do this.
However the dog food makes you sick is probably as much as that food will make you sick, because again, it's not going to make you join. So go ahead and eat that food, big dog. And then he doesn't even just not eat the food, he turned a tray over on the street. Like, he's just disrespectful.
He gets to the phone and we find out this is when Carol was on the plane. So
Mm-hmm.
this is when he yells at her. She calls back. He yells at her again. She calls back again and cusses his ass out. And I think he realizes, oh, she not like them. He realized it in the moment.
Yeah, that was my theory last week. So we got we don't know what happens next after this, but we do know that he's a player in the game now.
We got a message from Chill saying, LOL,
Hey,
just when I thought Carol was bad, my man was giving himself food poisoning. Yeah, man, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's going through all of that, and then you about to be on the shitter? No.
Look, man,
Don't do it to yourself.
That would be Chanel, though, you know, because
No, I
Chanel,
would have eaten the food. I'm
Chanel
telling you
is so
I'm not about to go
anti.
hungry.
Actually, that wouldn't be Chanel. Never mind. Chanel would be in the hive because she's anti-capitalist. So she's going to be with the socialist mind.
I would be like Jerome. I would probably be somewhere in the middle.
Especially
if it was like, here's the thing. If it was my mom and my sister and my nieces and my parent, basically if my whole family was on this, it would be so impossible for me to not want to do it with them.
I mean, they'd be there with you, but they'd be not pissing you off ever.
Yeah, I mean, but then if they're telling me how happy they are and stuff, I would be like the Peruvian chick who'd be like, yeah, I just want to be with my family because like I miss them. You'd be ham radio in the basement.
No, I'd be Diabate.
You said that's what I meant, Jerome earlier. But
that's
no, you say that, but I think you would be ham radio trying to figure it out, trying to turn people back. Okay. Hopefully we never know.
I'd be enjoying. 7 days, 8 hours, 42 minutes post outbreak. Carol's walking through town, and you see people in the background just like going about their day. So like the Borg still be doing shit. It's not like they just hibernate all day. They still be doing shit.
Yeah, like they're just They're just their biological imperative is to live and to be part of the Borg or to spread or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Carol's still in her bloody ass clothes from trying to help Zosia. She's, by the way, Zosia has graduated. She's no longer pirate lady. I will call her Zosia. And she walks to an empty car and she gets in that motherfucker and it's clearly beat to hell. And she turns the car on, it barely starts. And I don't think she didn't drive it because it was beat to hell. I think she didn't drive it because it was playing Genie in a Bottle because she's that miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, that had to be a CD or a tape because radio ain't working no more.
Playing. Yeah.
So whoever was in that car was actively listening to Genie in a Bottle.
Facts. I mean, it looked like it had a cassette tape player for sure.
And then she gets outside. She sees there's a cop car. She's like, I'm going to take that shit. Which, you know, I think a lot of people would love to just drive a cop car one day, especially a fast one. Probably fun. So then
I'd rather drive. If it was me, I would be in a Porsche and I would be speeding and
but the Porsche might not have the keys in it.
I could be like, Zosia, where the keys at? And she would find the keys. And
find
then
me a Porsche.
I could treat I-85 like the Autobahn.
They could just go to the car dealer and grab one. Nobody's ever driven before.
They could construct you a custom Porsche. They could make it exactly how you want it with the colors and the trim. You could make the trashiest Porsche, the most elegant Hummer. You could make them a car that need to fly. Anything you could do, you could go gadget in this. Not that I would waste the time and energy doing that because I really don't know like what like making them do stuff does to them, but you could is what I'm saying.
While she's driving, they try to talk to her through the cop radio, and they like, "Hey, Carol, would you like us to bring you back your Range Rover? Would you rather drive that shit? We can deliver it to you.
We could take out the breathalyzer for you.
She's like, no, I'm good.
Drinking problem.
She says, I'm good. She gets home, and they are fixing her fucking house, and she is pissed. Who gave you permission to go in my house and do shit? You did, Carol. So what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, when you was going through that traumatic moment when you thought you blew up that woman, we asked you if you wanted us to tidy up your crib, and you shook your head. So we took that as we're going to get a crew of 50 people to come rebuild your entire house. they have a problem with consent, the board. Or
They
they have
asked her.
they have
They
consent,
didn't
but
clarify.
like they
didn't
take
clarify.
things to the extreme. They take
They
things
should
to the
have
extreme.
clarified. I mean, but honestly, when you think about it like that, it's like, why wouldn't she want her house fixed?
Yeah, well, she probably don't want them in her house. She don't trust them. They might be
that's
setting
fair.
up cameras and shit.
That's fair. That's fair. But I don't think she has as much. She doesn't have any privacy. Anyone who sees her can. It's like, you know how you can cheat. How when people cheat in public, it's because there's a sense of anonymity. Like nobody actually cares. It only actually matters if somebody you know knows somebody, like somebody you see out happens to see you, and they know someone who can get the information back to you. Or if people are being weird and just recording. This is like cheating in public, and your partner and all their best friends are at brunch when you pull up to brunch. That's
That
what
you're
this is.
on Love and Hip Hop and there's cameras over to the side of you recording you.
Exactly
doing
why
this.
you're cheating. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. She's just on Love and Hip Hop. Yeah.
And so then she gets in there. She's like, "Oh, all right," and she says, "Hey, you, Mr. White Man, don't I know you from somewhere?" And he says, Us?" And he goes, this body was the mayor. This individual was the mayor. And she goes, "What the fuck?" Hilarious. She's like, "What the fuck?" And then she goes inside and she goes into her office and she sees she has a storyboard from like how she storyboards her books. And she moves that one to the side. She starts taking notes about what she knows about the board. And she writes down, "They're eager to please, can't kill, not even a fly, can't play faves, they're trying to change her, weirdly honest, question mark." And then that kind of triggered her. She went back outside. She's like, "I want to volunteer. No politicians." And so she gets this weird dude that's in a full biker suit to come in. He's like, "What's your name?" And he don't know how to answer that shit because, they're all one person. So he says, this individual went by Lawrence something something, but his friends call him Larry. He's like, "All right, Larry, come on in." And I love this part of shows where the protagonist starts to put things together and you can see it going on in their head. I love when shows do that. So let's play this scene.
"Do you like my books?"
"Oh, we love your books."
She was also enunciating like he won't understand what the fuck you saying. Like, why are you enunciating like that, Carol? He understands you.
"What do you love about them?"
"Everything. Your books are an expression of you."
How do these actors play so happy, by the way? Like, they're just so happy. They're not just like normal happy. It's like the type of happy that makes you want to punch somebody. Like, that's what they are.
"We love you."
Need you to be more specific. Character arcs, plot turns.
"Oh, yes. We love the character arcs and the plot turns."
"Which ones?"
"All of them."
No offense, Larry, but I think you're bullshitting me. Sounds to me like you haven't even actually read my work.
"Oh, but we have." Gosh, where do we even begin? In your first...
This is what Chanel does when I tell her about Star Trek. She's like, "Oh yeah, that's I love it. It's great." Which Star Trek you like, Chanel? The ones where they in space. That
no,
one.
I don't actually say anything. I don't say that's great. You think you want me to say that's great? I just say, okay, cool.
Yeah, see, same thing.
Mm-hmm. Novel. We greatly admire the description of Lucasia's gown on page 2.
Description of the gown. Beautiful gowns. That just did it for somebody. Beautiful gowns is such an interesting way to. That's such a perfect way to encapsulate this.
I wonder if they're going through all the people and finding the people like that were at the book like the book signing and shit, and just picking out the shit that they liked about the fucking books.
That must be what they're doing. Absolutely.
Of the finest Shang silk shimmered like spun gold, as if the sun itself were showering Lucasia's shoulder.
Look, he's reading back Carol's own books. And she's like, "God, I wrote some bullshit." Like, what? That's how her face is like I wrote that shit. What the fuck?
But I also think she's shocked because she's like, they really are linked. Like somebody's able. It's as if somebody's reading into an earpiece. That's how instantaneous their join is.
With resplendent kisses. That made quite a few of us tingle.
Okay. Huh. How would you say my work compares to Shakespeare?
Equally wonderful.
You love my books as much as Macbeth or Much Ado?
Yes. And Henry VI, parts 1, 2, and 3.
Well, I mean, what about a crowd pleaser? Romeo and Juliet?
Wonderful. Have you read the first quarto of 1597? No, you haven't. But you must. We'll bring you the original.
So, Larry, you are telling me that you love the Waikaro series as much as the most famous English language play of all time.
Oh, Carol. When we think about a passage from one of your wonderful...
Stop using that word.
From one of your books.
Just like the people that I know that's be like, man, you don't read them good books? Look, let me tell you about them Eric Jerome Dickey books. Them books, they the best shit you ever read in your life. And I'm like, are they the best books? What? What you gonna tell me next? You don't like Tyler Perry movies?
Wow, you're getting anti-black real quick, like on
Oh,
pause.
I'm making a
Interesting.
point.
That is so interesting.
I'm making a point. It's
What's
where
the point you're making?
people like terrible shit and try to tell you it's great because they like terrible shit. It's not my fault you got bad taste. Okay. All right.
Or to be fair, it's like what we debate all the time, which is like sometimes you can just enjoy things because they exist. That they don't have to be the best of things, but like they mean something to you, or you enjoy something about them, and therefore you like them. And it's simple as that. It's not even like that complicated.
That's why Chanel don't show her bookcase. She don't want to see her Eric Jerome Dickey
Oh,
collection.
that's so funny. My book, I actually don't even know what that is, but my bookcase has, oh yeah, I got some random stuff on there, but I'm not ashamed.
Eric Jerome Dickey had a book called Bad Men and Wicked Women.
Okay, definitely would identify
There
as
you
a
go.
wicked woman if you
There
probably
you
if I
go.
did any research.
We experience it through many eyes, many hearts. Do you remember a woman named Moira McAllister?
Crazy Moira from Kansas City that sends me these dumb crocheted hats? Right, of course, she's one of you now.
Yeah, that would hurt my feelings so bad. Oh my God.
She's so miserable. God damn.
She really is.
She's so miserable.
Now, mind you, I would be too, though, because I don't think I would have like you got to be in a good place to be nice to people. That's the truth. Like people who are miserable are not nice. So the idea of like thinking ahead of time about like that lady's feelings would take a lot. And then you know how like people who are in entertainment, like they do stuff for the love of the game just to become like sarcastic and like ornery about it. So this tracks.
Before she found your books, Moira was deeply depressed.
And that's
In fact,
the part that's
she was
problem.
going to... You
Like,
gave her
you
something
never-
to live for. You made her life
bad,
better.
but you never know what art is going to be the thing that saves somebody, even if you're making nonsense.
Yes, that's true.
That's how we see your work, and you, through Moira's eyes.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they just love it because they know her, because she's one of the people. Like I think they just are loving, and so therefore like they're gonna find the thing in it. And I think there has to be something very, to be honest with you, there has to be something very bitter about being a critic, because very rarely do you see people who did something very well being mean to people who don't do it very well. Like, for example, Tom Brady did not go onto, Sports Center or wherever the fuck he's at now, acting like Simon Cowell. He's not a jerk to every other quarterback, and he's not talking shit like, well, they'll never be me. He's just like recognizes how special and how grateful he probably is to be where he's at, and that's that. So that's all I want to say is like there's a certain level of bitterness even in being that critical of someone else's work.
Carol must be how you say the word? I always fuck up this word.
Masochist?
Masochist. Yeah. That's how you say it, right? Masochist. She got to be one of them.
Pain.
Because the next thing she asked this dude is, so what did Helen think of my books? Why would you ask that?
I assume she was trying to validate. Like, she's like, they're gonna have to tell me exactly what they're gonna have to say it to me in a way that I would anticipate she would have said it to me, and like they're gonna have to hedge. Like, so she's kind of like, she's solving for, are they gonna do their Borg thing where they're kind of like vague, and then if they're not, are they going to, if they answer, are they going to answer the way they do or the way Helen would have answered? Like, I think she's just trying to suss it out.
I'm going to ask you an intimate question about my dead girlfriend that I'm not sure I'm ready for the answer. Okay.
I mean, nobody's ever ready for the answer, but sometimes you got to rip the Band-Aid off and ask.
Larry don't really want to answer. She says, tell me. And Larry says, I thought you said Helen was off limits. And she said, this is a one-time thing. Look, you get a hall pass. All right. This is your Larry. This is your Serena Williams. Okay. This is your hall pass. That's how you do it. And so then he was like, all right. It reminded her of cotton candy. And Helen loved cotton candy. And Carol was like, what are you talking about? I ain't never seen her eat cotton candy at all. And he was like, you know what? She ate cotton candy 7 times in her life and she loved it. But you know, you're right. None of them were with you. That was a bad analogy.
Crazy. How many times have you eaten cotton candy? Only 7 sounds like insane to me.
Probably less than 7. I don't like the texture.
In your life, you never went to the circus or the fair?
Yeah, I don't get the cotton candy. I get funnel cake.
They never just handed. Okay, as an adult, sure, but like as a kid, you weren't just handed cotton candy.
Funnel cake. I'm a reasonable human being. Okay, I eat good stuff.
No, I don't mean as an adult. I mean,
I know.
As a kid, did you not beg for cotton candy?
No, funnel cake.
Oh, you begged for funnel cake. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Like a normal person.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Like a normal kid goes, I want to, by the way, they're called elephant ears. Or a normal kid says, I want an elephant ear funnel cake instead of, sure, I'll just take the cotton candy. Like, they used to make cotton candy at school. I feel like there was a cotton candy machine. I've had so much cotton candy. That's just the part for me that threw me off.
I was too woke to be walking around the white man circus holding cotton. Okay. I'm not picking cotton for nobody, not even to eat it. All right. That may be something you do. Okay. Maybe something you do.
Touche.
But I'm not going to pick no cotton.
You got me.
And I was like, oh, Helen thought these books were some bullshit. And Carol keeps pushing. And she says, if you really want to make me happy, tell me. I want to know. That'll make me happy. And Larry pauses. He does a sigh. And he goes, she thought they were fine. and Carol says, fine, like they're great, like they like fine wine, or fine like meh. And he was like, the second one. And he said, what?
Like they go from what she thought about what's it called? Ricario, what she thought about that, to like what she thought about the novel, the serious novel that she wanted to do, the Bitter Chrysalis. And so she starts asking, like, what does she think about that? And this is when she gets her feelings hurt for real. Because I think with Ricario, she already had her opinions about that. But this novel that was supposed to be like her breakout, her Joyce Carol Oates, like her just chance to be like taken seriously as a writer, as an author, she did not know that Helen really wasn't fucking with it.
And she said, "Oh, she thought it was fine. She thought it was good." She was like, "How much did she?" She's like, she read the whole thing. She was like, Helen stopped reading the book at page 187, and Carol was like, "The book is 400 pages. Like, what are you talking about?"
And then she read the last 2 pages, and she was like, "Okay, she finished it good." That was wild.
And she's like, "Why she tell me to publish it? She ain't like it." She was like,
"It wouldn't hurt."
She didn't think it would hurt your career and it would make you happy. So,
honestly, I mean, those are all valid reasons. It's just not something you ever actually want to say to your partner or your business partner. Chill. she'll use 718M back in the chat. The questions were a test, so she was trying to figure out how they handle difficult truths. The smartest thing she's done so far. Totally agree, because she asked them something where one, they would only know if they assimilate information the way they say they do. One, two is that she could sense by how they said it absolutely how true or how valid it is, and if any of it is being made up, or like if they're trying to like fill in the blanks for themselves. So yeah, she got a lot out of that.
Yeah, so she goes back and she wipes away that question mark next to weirdly honest and then writes they can't lie. So she realizes that like they got to tell the truth.
Yeah.
At least to this
Because they
point.
would have sugarcoated it if they could.
So then Petty Gibbs is in the chat.
Hey, Petty Gibbs.
It said hashtag glasses gang.
Period, all of us.
So then they go to the hospital and Carol comes back to the hospital to see Zosia, and she practicing walking because she just took shrapnel from a grenade.
She took a bomb hit.
And she fucked up, can't even open her own drink. And Carol's like, let me help you. Opens her juice carton for her. And she's still smiling though, even though she's fucked up. She's still doing that smile. And Carol says, I'm sorry, but I didn't realize you guys was going to bring me real explosives. So I apologize. I'm sorry you got hurt. And Carol wants to know, now that we got the pleasantries out the way, is you up to answer some questions? I got some questions.
Yeah, she don't care at all.
And Zosia was excited because she's thinking, oh yeah, she's coming to our side now. What you want to know, Carol? And Carol goes, is there a way to reverse it? And Zosia was like, that's what she said. That's what she said. Did I do it right that time, Chanel? I got it.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
So she don't want to answer the question. Like, God, why the fuck you have to ask me that? Actually, I got to get the clip from the Chappelle show. So on the Chappelle show, he had a skit called Black Bush, and he was acting like George Bush, and they was going through the whole things that Bush was doing. And one time, he was he was doing a press conference, and he called on them, and they asked him a question he didn't want to answer. He was like, God damn it, why the fuck I call on this nigga? Like
he knocks over the thing and runs.
Yeah. He was like, who said something about oil? Bitch, you cooking? That. I gotta get that. We gotta get that drop. It's a great drop. So then she's like, look, she just started making faces, and Carol was like, oh, your non-answer is an answer to me. That's a yes. You just don't want to say that shit. Mm-hmm. And then she tells Carol, soon enough you'll understand everything. And then Carol's like, oh, do you know everything, right? What you know about Freedom Falls? And then Zosia don't want to talk about that shit. And so Carol's like, no, tell me about Freedom Falls. You talk to me about anything. That'll make me happy. Look at me smiling. Tell me about Freedom Falls. So Zosia says, your mama sent you to a conversion therapy camp when she was 14 years old in some bumfuck town in Tennessee. And Carol says, and then it was really bad. You didn't like the people there. And Carol says, no, it was worse than it was the worst people I ever met. And they smiled in my face like you did while trying to change me.
I get that.
And then Zosia fires right back at her. It was like, yeah, but you trying to change us, right? You don't want us to be who we are. So is you any better than us? And
that's like a false thing, because it's like, okay, yeah, you come in and invade my town. I'm like, hey, I wish you wouldn't like have that in you, and you're like, you want me to change? It's like, yeah, because you literally what you did was bad and it affected us bad. Yes, I do.
No, it's more like if a dog bites you and then you put the dog down. The dog just bit you because it's a dog and it was doing what it thought it was doing by its instincts. And you took that as a bad thing, so you put the dog down. Kind of like that. More so.
But then it's like, yeah,
as far as we know,
the dog can. Yeah, we'll give it to him. I mean, again, I think I don't want to think that all of it is super duper like validated, because we like, yeah, they do have what's her name's memories and they do know them legitimately, but like we don't know if she did give them willingly or not. Like we just don't know.
Yeah, we also don't know if it's truly a biological imperative or if that's just bullshit, right? We don't know if they're full of shit.
Exactly.
So then she goes, they have been you. She's like, I've been you, Carol. We've been you. But you ain't never been us. You ain't never tried this shit. You ain't never took a hit of this. How you gonna tell me what's bad for me when you ain't took that hit? You ain't had none yet. Right? That's what she said.
Good point.
And then she said, and then Carol was like, all right then, thanks. So she leaves and she goes to the pharmacy. And I said, I'd be looking for what's missing in that pharmacy. That's what I would have been doing. Let me go look and see if a shelf is empty. Because if a shelf is empty, that means they got rid of that shit for a reason. That's what I would have done. But that's not what Carol was doing.
I didn't know what the hell she was doing. This is when I was lost. I was like, I don't know what to. She's taken to another level that I'm not at.
Carol grabbed a book about dosages, and then she went and grabbed some sodium. I forget what it's called. It's basically truth serum. It's basically like TV truth serum. It's like sodium's. I wrote it down somewhere. Sodium pentothal. Yeah.
Truth serum. Yeah.
And then one of the boys come in and is like, hey, Carol, what you doing? Can I help you? And she's like, I meant to clip this. This was so fucking funny. She's like, I'm looking for heroin. And he's like, what? Like, I don't think that's good for you.
Interested in methadone. Can I get you Vicodin? I can get you anything else. I don't think you want the heroin.
She said, there's some people in here recovering from addiction. It's not a good look, Carol. And he said, she was like, oh, you going?
So sad to be Borg and still going through withdrawals.
Oh yeah, that would. Because you happy, but going like, can you imagine being happy going through that shit? That'd be weird.
But actually, imagine how nice it would be for everybody to be like willing to hold your head while you throw up. Like they're happy to do it.
You got experience with that, your drunken nights?
No, I'm just saying, Detroit? Like that's what sucks about detoxing is that like there's some stuff nobody can help you with, but like and usually by the time you're doing it, the people who care about you are so over you because of your behavior that they're not there to like support, sit through with you. So you're just going through it on your own mentally and physically. So just imagine if like people were not mad at you for prior, like for disease of addiction, and they were just like, well, you got this, you can do it. I feel like a lot more people would potentially have a more successful withdrawal, but I could be just making that up.
No, that's valid. And she was like, you trying to stop me from getting some H? And she's like, he's like, would you like these other opioids? She's like, no, I want the good shit. I want the hard shit. I did some shit back in the day. You don't know about that. He was like, all right, it's on the way. And she was like, where are the hypodermic needles, by the way? And she's like, what'd she say? I'm going to Sid Vicious this shit. She said, I'm going to Sid Vicious this shit when I get in the crib. I was dying, yo. She is such a Grinch. I love it. I love it. She's so miserable. It's the best. She goes back home. She dumps the heroin in the toilet, sets up a video camera, wraps her arms up, shoots herself up with the true serum. And then next thing we know, she's asleep. And then she wakes up. She plugs the camera into the TV. And she starts playing back what happened while she was on the truth serum. She starts playing back what happened. And so that's when we see her going through like
she was tweaking, quite frankly. She was tweaking.
She starts off saying, oh, this is some bullshit. This shit not hitting on nothing. Right? It's like the first time you have Four Loko.
Famous last words before the edible kicks in.
And then the next thing you know, she fast forwards a little bit and she's behind it. She's like picking some shit up and walking through the house. And then she's behind the couch crying because she's missing Helen. So she's going through that. And then she fast forwards some more and she's like doing the voices from her book, from the characters in her book. So she's like doing these fucking voices. Then she's doing yoga. And I was like, this is, you know what this reminds me of, Chanel? My favorite movie of all time.
Which is?
meet the parents.
Oh, why I forget that?
At the end, where Greg is looking at the camera because he knows Jack is recording him. He's talking shit to him. He's like, "Oh, Jack, Jinxie likes to use the toilet. Oh, you treat Jinxie like this?"
Oh
And he's
yeah,
doing all
yeah,
this
yeah.
talking
That's
shit
so
to him.
funny.
The
That is what
best.
it is, yeah. And Robert
So
De Niro's watching from a security command
yeah,
center, just like
laughing.
interest.
So then she says she starts talking about how annoying Zosia is. Look at that stupid ass smile. How annoying is she? And then she goes, she says, nobody's sane is that happy. I call bullshit. And she keeps going on and she goes, but why does she have to be so fuckable? And then
Because remember, Raban was designed after like a male Helen, and so to bring somebody who looks like Raban means they're bringing somebody who looks like Helen.
And so then she drops the memory card. She takes it out, drops the shit in the toilet, flushes it away. And she's like, I got something here. So she drives back to the hospital.
Now, mind you, the Borg will go into the sewer and get your memory card. So I don't know why you think that's safe, but
Well, they don't know
fine.
that it's there.
Right, but I'm saying, would they know, they would happily climb through shit to get
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So
She goes back to the hospital. Good point. She goes to the hospital and she wants to go talk to Zosia. Carol asks where Zosia is and like, you want to get some fresh air? She's like, oh yeah, like I've been in here for a long time. Love to go outside and get some air. So she
it's the okie doke.
puts her in the
Zosia's just
wheelchair.
happy go lucky. She happy as a clam. Her girl that came to see her. She's just happy, like she's having a good day. She's recovering.
While she's walking to the elevator, Zosia goes, oh, I forgot, Carol. How was the heroin? But she said it so happily. It was so fucking funny. And Carol was like, oh, I threw that shit out. I bet I chickened out.
Can you imagine like how exciting it is for any of those 13 or wherever people to do things for the join? Like they have to be like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna wake up tomorrow? Are they gonna go to the gym? Are they gonna cry? Like they have to, that's TV. That's the only reality TV they ever have is did Carol take heroin and what did she do with it? Because everything else to them is
I
like
didn't think about that. That's so true. I haven't thought about that. She's like, what was that show? What was it? The Joe Smo show? What was that? Wasn't it the Joe Smo show? No, it's in real life. Joe Smo.
Joe Rogan podcast?
The Joe Smo show was where one person thinks he's competing to win money, but everybody else is fake and scripted. And it was a show.
It's like well, this is a spoiler, but this is a spoiler. So I guess you don't know what I'm about to say, so you don't know to skip it. But that's what the show Jury Duty is. Joe Schmo show.
Didn't we talk about Jury Duty?
Yeah, we did because I really enjoyed it. I saw it.
Jury Duty was great.
I didn't realize it was brand new, so I binged it like as soon as it came out, and then it went through this whole thing.
So then they get to the elevator, and she's got Zosia facing the door. She's behind her, talking to her, trying to keep her busy. And Zosia's talking back. And that's when Carol hooks up the True Serum and injects it into her IV. So then they get outside, and Zosia's kind of happy. And Carol's like, okay, Zosia, how do we reverse all this? And she starts to say that she can, and then she starts breaking up her talk. And then you see her kind of...
I could not understand it. I watched it twice, and I could not decipher what was actually happening.
She starts freezing up. Then you see tears coming down her eyes. She's crying. And then a bunch of the Borg start surrounding her. And Carol's like, come on, tell me. Like, I know you want to tell me. You can tell me. But I think the Borg realized that she drugged one of them. They all surround her. But this time is the first time that they're not happy. Like, they're all kind of like crying and sad.
But also, I think they just all feel each other's emotions, and the emotion they happen to feel is happy. Like the Borg or the Join, they could be like angry all the time. They could be laughing all the time. Like I think the happiness is like an arbitrary emotion they settle on. So that's why if she's mean to one of them, all of them lose their minds, right? Because they're set at a certain frequency. So yeah, if one of them is like been drugged and is being stressed, like that's going to reverberate throughout the rest of them for sure.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Carol tried to act like these were people, but in order to do this, you have to dehumanize them, right? to go out of your way to drug this person that just got blown up by a fucking grenade. Like, you're basically like, this is not a human anymore, right? Except they come to her and it's like, hey dog, Zosia's dying. Like, what, like, can we help her? And she gets the back, and then she realizes like she might have went too far. It looks like she's like, oh shit, I might have went too far here.
Yeah,
And
she's not getting anything out of Zosia. She keeps trying as the people are approaching her, and she's asking them, but Zosia's not able to say anything.
And then she even handcuffed herself that she took out of the police car to Zosia.
Because she didn't want them to wheel her away quickly and then kind of separate them. Because that's like, they wouldn't have hurt Carol, but they would have tried to separate her from Zosia.
Zosia goes into cardiac arrest. Somebody starts performing CPR. They bring in a defibrillator to like kind of re-jump her, and then they just kind of zoom in to Carol's face as this is going on, and then we don't know what happened, and that was the end of the episode. This is a good show, Chanel. Even you got to admit it, and you were skeptical.
I didn't love the last scene, but I thought it was very interesting.
You were skeptical.
Like, I hate a scene when someone's like, come on, you can do it quickly, and they're just waiting on something to happen. Like, that's not, I don't love that, but it's definitely, yeah, they're definitely suspense. Who knows? I mean, obviously we're going to have to see where Paraguay, what Paraguay, get it, is up to. And then, so eventually him and his Carol will have to link up, and then we're going to see if Zosia survives. But Carol is about to run. I don't necessarily know that because Zosia has said or didn't say yes or no, that the answer is yes, we can reverse it. Maybe that's true. Like, maybe her logic makes sense, but it could always be some third thing we can't imagine yet. And that's what I want Carol to like try to figure out before she puts somebody else in danger.
So before we do the outro, my question to you is the relationship with the Borg and Carol going to change? Are they still going to be nice to her, or are they going to be skeptical of her now?
That's a great question. The question is if they're able to do that or not. That's the question. Like, are they able to have enemies? Because, like, the Borg is very codependent. The Borg really struggles with boundaries and saying no, and the Borg really struggles with, like, giving people consequences to their actions. So I think that's the question, is, like, will the Borg respond, or will they be, like, you know, because even with the A-bomb, like, they were reluctant, and she had only heard Zosia, you know, and they were like, but they would still have done it. So I wonder if their prime directive is enough where it doesn't matter. So I guess we'll see.
I'm excited. I'm loving this show because I like these types of shows. I'm a sci-fi guy, but this is kind of like light sci-fi. It's like sci-fi light.
Yeah. It's definitely more drama than anything.
Yeah, it's like sci-fi wrapped in prestige. But before we go, I sent Chanel a text that Silo's coming back. So we're going to be back in that universe, but probably not in the silo. Right? Probably not in the silo.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be in DC.
I wonder if we
DC
go back and
Georgia.
forth or something. Yeah, in
DC
Georgia.
And Georgia, because I read the books. I know where we're going to be.
Oh, I forgot that you cheated about Silo. I forgot. What the hell? I forgot you cheated. Damn. All right.
We're gonna see how interesting. I mean, it's just like you read some of the House of Dragons books, so we're gonna see.
I didn't read that shit. I don't know what's happening in that. You did that. You went on there and Googled it.
You're the one who tells me all the House of Dragons lore. I don't know nothing about nothing. You be the one who tell me what's his name, married, what's his name, and that he was.
Because I pay attention to the show.
Right. But with that said, though, I'm not worried about Silo because I think that, one, I don't remember all the details, but two, I just remember why, like the why of it all. And two is that I don't worry about spoilers. That's you who gets stressed about spoilers. I'm not going to spoil it.
Okay, we'll see. So I was just excited about that because Silo's my shit. I love Silo. But no, we'll be back.
We'll be back soon too with a double episode of we was watching a double episode of The Chair Company. Apologies.
Did you watch that episode yet?
Oh, is it crazy?
It's
what word would you use?
It's something.
Because I've been trying to convince my friend's husband to watch it, or my brother-in-law, whatever you want to call him, and I could not describe it either. Because I was like, it's kind of like Curb. And it's like also comedy. I was like, it's not a comedy. And it's like also The Office. I was like, it's not The Office. Like, I could not describe. There's no words. I cannot think of how they pitched this show.
It's something.
It's
What it is.
something.
All right. So Chanel, you want to take us out?
Thanks for listening to the We Was Watching podcast with your host Chanel and Brandon. We are a Blurred and Baddies podcast that recaps sci-fi, fantasy, fiction, romance novels, all the stuff and the politics in between. You can catch us on social media across all the socials at We Was Watching, and you can email us at wewaswatchingpodcast@gmail.com. We are look forward to seeing more 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts so that we can read them on the show. Any emails or DMs you send us, we will also read. We appreciate your feedback. We want to know what you're watching, what you're getting excited for on We Was Watching. In the meantime, and Brandon and I socials are also in the show notes. If you guys have any questions or other comments, let us know. There was like a couple comments on the podcast on Spotify, but they related to Chair Company, so we'll do that next time. So in the meantime, we thank you guys for jumping on this like last minute scheduled screen with us on a Friday afternoon. We will be back soon next week during the holiday week for Chair Company, and then we'll be back for Pluribus right after the holiday. Wishing everyone a happy days off if you're able to take them.